Hey guys, I'm Tony and welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to plug a tire that's going flat that might have a nail or a screw or something caught in it. Before I start, remember, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get all the latest and greatest updates. So I tend to drive on the highway a lot and I keep picking up nails and screws in this tire, and there's a couple in there right now. So I'll show you the plugs that I use. You can find them at any automotive store pretty much, and they're kind of an old school plug, but they work really good. Okay, so the tools you're going to need for this repair are, at a minimum, an air hose, a tire plug kit, and this set of side cutters. And it might be helpful if you need to take the wheel off to have an impact gun and possibly like a, well, you're going to need a jack. If you don't have a hydraulic jack like this one, there's probably one in your vehicle, or there should be one. You may want to locate it, read the manufacturer's instructions on how to jack the vehicle up so you can get this tire out. So I just picked this tire plug kit up from AutoZone, and it was $8.99. And there's a couple of them. There's like 3 different kinds. This was the cheapest one. It was kind of like the middle style one. So it comes with these 2 tools, some plugs and some cement, and I'll show you how to use this. Now sometimes you can do this while the vehicle's on the ground. If you have a screw or something right in the middle of the tread, you can turn the steering wheel and kind of kick the tire out, and make sure you fill it up with air before you take the nail out so that it's so it has enough air to come out and it's perfectly round, blown up. But on this one, I'm going to take the tire off, the wheel off, and we're going to repair it off of the Jeep. So I'm going to start by blowing this tire up first so that there's enough air in it to come out. So you basically just want to make sure that it's not flat and it has, you know, plenty of air in it, because when you go to take this, whatever's in it out, it's going to might come out pretty good. So you can leave the cap off. Okay, so I need to jack up the front tire to take this wheel off. So remember, when you're working on a vehicle, if you need to jack it up, make sure you chock the rear tire. I've got a big rock here, and if you can, pull the emergency brake up. If you don't have something to put under it, if you live near a Harbor Freight has tire chocks that are pretty good. They're made out of rubber and they're only a couple bucks. So I'm going to jack up this wheel, and I've used my ear gun to take this wheel off. If you don't have an air gun, you need to take the tire off. You should have like a lug wrench that came with the vehicle. So locate that inside the vehicle, and before you take the pressure off of the wheel, you're going to leave it on the ground, loosen the lugs, and then jack the vehicle up. And remember, if you're using a hydraulic jack like this, always put like a normal jack under the vehicle to help hold the vehicle up, because a hydraulic jack can fail and it could kill you if the vehicle lands on it. So remember that safety tip. So you don't need a ton of height out of the thing, you just need enough so that the tire is off the ground. And then you can take the lug nuts off, and I'm going to do that with my air gun. Take your wheel off and let's locate where the screw is at. Okay, so you can see that the screw is right here in this wheel that I picked up. So let's take these out, this set of side cutters. You can use side cutters or maybe like pliers if you have pliers. So what you're going to want to do before you take this out is grab like the little reamer tool that came with the kit and get it ready, because as soon as you're going to pull this out, you're going to put the reamer in to help stop the air from coming out of your tire. So let's take this out. Here it comes. So let's put the reamer in it, and you might have to twist as you're pushing it in. So you're going to put it in like that. And then here are your plugs, and here's the plug tool. So before you put this plug in, ream the tire out a little bit so it's nice and clean, that hole. Leave it in there. Now let's grab one of these plugs. And they're right here. You just kind of peel them apart. They stick to the cellophane or whatever it is. Just kind of pull off like that. And here is the hole right there. You just kind of worm it through the hole. Pull it out. And let me see. All right, there we go. It's tacky, so. Sorry, this is taking so long. All right, so when you have it like that, you're gonna take your glue. Let's see, I'm gonna need to keep another one of these kits handy. So let's put the glue on it. This is pretty sticky stuff. All right. These plugs will work wicked good. They've been around forever. The problem is when you go to the auto parts store and they take the tire off the wheel, they put a plug from the inside with that little dongle thing on it. They never seem to work right. These old school plugs are the best ones out there, but they've been out there forever. All right, so let's let this rip. Pull this out and then push your plug in. And depending on the hole size, it might be a little tight. Okay, so once you have the plug in, it's going to stick out a little bit. And you can cut the excess off with these side cutters. Just kind of trim it like that. And then you should have a little bit left. And now you should be able to mount it back on the vehicle and fill it up with air. I almost forgot, before you put the tire back on the car, mix up some soapy water. So you can put like a little bit of dishwasher soap in with some water. And what you're going to do is pour this over the plug you just put in and make sure there are no bubbles. So that's all you're going to do is go like this. And the soap should instantly make bubbles if there's a leak around the plug that you just put in. Once you notice that there's no air coming out, you're all set to mount the tire. When you catch any of the lug nuts, try to put them on the socket and make sure you catch them by hand. If you're at the point where you're using like a gun, you probably already know that. You've more likely have been working on cars for a bit. So then you don't want to cross thread the threads. So once you have these lug nuts all caught, grab your lug wrench or your gun, and we can zap them all back into place. You're going to want to go in the star pattern. You tighten up your lug nuts. Remember to go back to where you started and retighten. If you have a torque wrench, check the torque on them. Most vehicles usually like from 85 to 100 pounds on lugs. You may want to look up what it is for your vehicle. Alright, so when you're done, make sure you blow up your tire back to the recommended PSI. A lot of times you can find it on the door jamb of the vehicle or maybe on the sidewall of the tire itself. A lot of vehicles take like 32 PSI. So that's what I'm going to blow this one up to. Yeah, like 2 more pounds to go, we're at 30. One more pound. And we're good. Remember to put your tire cap back on. Mine is now missing, so I'll find it in a minute. I found it. So put your cap on for the air valve. So that's pretty much it. That's how you plug one of these tires using that style of tire plug. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have a comment or a question, make sure you leave a comment and we'll reply back to you. Take it easy.